Eden Games went from being the developers of games like Alone in the Dark, Test Drive Unlimited 2, and Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed, to becoming a really successful mobile games developer with games like Gear Club. So successful, in fact, that they were bought up by Animoca Brands, the NFT company, in April of 2022 to assist with creating two things nobody cares about: assets for the metaverse and the NFT racing game, Rev Motorsport. It can be assumed that Smurfs Kart was in development long before they were acquired by the NFT company.
The Smurfs are back to step on the gas.
Smurfs Kart is a perfectly alright and competent kart racer. It's better than Race with Ryan and All-Star Fruit Racing, but miles away from Mario Kart. It's the second Smurf kart racing game as well, with the first one, Smurfs Racer, released back on the PS1 by the shovelware developers Artificial Mind and Movement. Once you're ready to smurf and you've gotten past the really quick smurfing screen, the game counts down. 3, 2, 1, smurf. And it's time to start the race. While this race is happening, you've got a little throttle on the left that you can kind of Flappy Bird with the A button. The closer it is to green, the bigger the starting speed boost. This is much easier than Mario Kart's timing. Turning without drifting feels strangely sharp, but it works with the way the level's curves are designed. When you drift, it emulates the feel of Mario Kart 8's slidey drifting in manual mode really well, but going in and out of the drift is oddly quick, snappy, and kinda jarring compared to other kart racers. Something really weird that's worth mentioning is that you don't have the ability to draft behind other racers for a speed boost here. It feels pretty weird driving behind somebody at the exact same speed as them in a kart racer. Before the race starts, you've got to pick from 12 playable Smurfs, everybody except for Brainy Smurf. Also, they renamed Diaper Daddy to Clockwork Smurf too. Can't imagine why. Each of them have their own differently designed cart, but there's no cart customization here. Also, in reality, there's actually only one character and one cart, because they all handle identically to one another. The only thing affected by your character is their special weapon. Each of the Smurfs have a special weapon that varies from Smurf to Smurf, but it doesn't tell you what the special attack you're gonna get is when you're on the character select screen, so good luck. You can see the special attacks on the screen right now. Anyway, these power-ups are usually hidden in the level's shortcuts. All the courses have multiple shortcuts and alternate routes to learn, but it's not always immediately obvious which route is going to be the quickest when you're racing. You've got to try to remember to look at the mini-map, or if you're really into it, you can go into the time trials and try to follow the first place ghost to learn his route. There's 12 courses in total, and all of them are unlocked from the very beginning, and 10 of them unfortunately feel identical to one another. It's a green forest with trees, grass, dirt, and swampland. Maybe if you know Smurf lore, there's some cool references in the background, but honestly, there's no real creative cool scenery to be found anywhere. It's all flat and uninteresting. The levels are by far the worst part of this game. The last two though, Chaos at Gargamel's and On the Roof with Azrael, they're pretty cool. The normal weapons are mostly all ripped directly from Mario Kart. You know the arsenal. They're mostly all cloned here reasonably well. You can't throw items backwards though. You can hold two items, and you have to use the first one before the second one. There's no way to bank the two items and then swap them. Another thing ripped from Mario Kart is the coin system. You can carry up to 10 Smurf berries on you, and your speed is significantly affected depending on how many Smurf berries you've got on you. Seriously, this makes or breaks a race in an extreme way here. The soundtrack while you're racing is pretty important in a game like this, and unfortunately, the music here gets really annoying. It just loops and loops and loops forever and starts to make you want to rip your hair out. Unfortunately, looking at the main menu here, you'll notice that there's no options menu, so there's no way to turn the music down. You just gotta deal with it. The menu itself doesn't inspire confidence when you first start the game either. There's just single player and multiplayer. The multiplayer is 4-player split screen, no online, and the single player includes a time trial mode, single race, and Grand Prix. The races have two speed options, fun and hyperspeed, and they significantly increase the speed and the difficulty. You honestly really need to learn the track's boost placement and shortcuts to win on hyperspeed. It's challenging, but if you played a kart racer before, you'll probably do just fine on both. For replayability, there's 110 Smurf stickers to collect, which gives you absolutely nothing. I really love this game for not including a bunch of virtual currency and battle pass stuff, or heck, NFTs, but the game just doesn't have enough content in its current form. Smurfs Kart is overall just an okay racer. It's got decent controls, decent weapons, and cool track routes, but the lack of an online mode or any reason to keep playing once you've beaten the Grand Prix, it's probably not worth your money. If you got 30 bucks and live in a house full of Smurf fans, this is definitely for you, but for everybody else, I'd wait for an extreme sale. Just a really short video today. I'm currently moving across the country, which means I've got to make these videos from hotel rooms, so if you're into weird retro games and licensed games and just want strange developer stories, feel free to subscribe though. I make pretty okay videos, I think. Alright, that's all I got though. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you. Peace.